I have a friend for Dragon. I am ready to read chapter 3. Chapter 3 is called The New Day, and it looks like they go outside. If you didn't hear chapters 1 or 2, make sure to go back and listen to them first. That way you'll know what's going on. The next morning, Dragon awoke with the sun. "Good morning, Apple," said Dragon. The apple did not answer, so Dragon went out to the kitchen and made breakfast. When he was finished eating, he tried to wake the apple up again. "Good morning, Apple," he cried. The apple still did not answer. Looks like the apple's still sleeping. Is the apple still sleeping? So Dragon went outside for a walk along the riverbank. When he came back, he tried to wake the apple up again. "Good morning, Apple," he screamed. The apple still did not answer. Dragon was very worried. He called the doctor. "My apple won't talk to me," said Dragon. "Maybe it's a crab apple," said the doctor. "No," said Dragon. "I think it is sick." So Dragon took the apple to the doctor's office. They sat down next to a big walrus. "What's the matter with you?" asked the walrus. "It's my apple," said Dragon. "It won't talk to me." You see him sitting next to the walrus. The walrus stared at the apple and drooled. Dragon needed a drink of water. "Will you watch my apple for me?" Dragon asked the walrus. "Sure," said the walrus, licking her lips. What does she want to do with the apple? When Dragon came back, the apple had changed. It was not round anymore. It was not shiny anymore. It was not red anymore. Now it was wet and skinny and white. What happened? Oh no. Let's see. "What happened to you?" cried Dragon. "Are you all right?" The little white thing did not answer. What happened? What happened to the apple? Dragon wrapped his friend in a piece of paper and carried it home. "Don't worry," said Dragon. "Everything will be okay." Do you think the apple's going to be okay? When Dragon got home, the little white thing had turned all mushy and brown. Have you guys ever eaten an apple and then left part of it out? It changes, right? It gets mushy and brown and gross. "Are you hurt?" asked Dragon. The mushy brown thing didn't answer. "Are you sick?" asked Dragon. But there was no answer. "Are you dead?" asked Dragon. Still there was no answer. Uh-oh. Dragon scratched his big head and started to cry. This one's a sad one, huh? It's the sad part. Chapter 4 coming up is goodbye. I decided to just keep reading because it's hard to stop at a really sad part. The next morning, Dragon went out into his backyard and dug a hole. He put his friend into the hole and covered it over with dirt. Now I have a question. Did the apple really die? No, it got eaten, right? But Dragon feels like the apple was his friend, so he's pretty sad. He's going through a sad part right now. Dragon made a sign. On the sign, he wrote the word, friend. Dragon was very sad. He cried every day. He did not want to eat. He could not get to sleep. Dragon did not leave his house for a long, long time. He was really sad. But after a while, Dragon stopped being so sad. He cried less and less. He began to eat and sleep better. Do you notice what's happening? Still, hold on, I gotta make sure I didn't skip anything. I didn't. Still, he was very lonely. Do you see what happened? Now look, over here, it was raining. It's kind of like spring. Although maybe it's like the beginning of winter. Maybe this is spring or summer. And this is fall. See how it's all orange in the background? And then maybe this is winter. And you see what happened? Chapter 5 is called Summertime. Look at what happens. One day, many months later, Dragon walked out into his backyard. He was still feeling lonely. Dragon sat down under the big tree growing in his yard. He wished for a friend. Suddenly, something fell out of the tree and hit Dragon on the head. It was an apple. What's he going to think? Then, Dragon looked up and smiled. What did he find? He found a whole tree of apples. So what happened to his friend? What he thought was his friend, right? They grew him an apple tree. So there's some activities in the back, and I have posted them, so hopefully you get to enjoy them. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to read to you in person.